Guess what time it is?
It's Spritz O'Clock. Good afternoon, girlies, and welcome back to the Spritz O'Clock podcast, where each week my bestie and I talk about all things girl talk, navigating your 20s, and our best advice. My name's Amanda.
And I'm Rives.
And this week we have another guest for you guys. I'm so excited for y'all to listen to this episode with Maddy. If you've been listening to our podcast for a while, then you know that Maddy has actually been on the podcast before. This is her second time on Spritz O'Clock, which... we're just so excited to have her back with us. Today we're talking about all things fashion, TikTok micro trends, really just like building your personal style, closet staples, what we think about current trends that are, like popular right now. And yeah, it's a really good episode. I'm excited for you guys to hear it. But before we jump into the episode and introduce Maddy to you guys, we are going to do ins and outs of the week. Rives, what's your in?
My in this week is a makeup product. And I've been obsessed with the Charlotte Tilbury under eye corrector, and I think I have the shade Fair. This product has changed my life. And have you ever used it before?
No.
It's fabulous. I feel like it's great just for every day, and it's not so heavy, so it doesn't feel like concealer under your eyes. So that's my in for the week. Amanda, you want to give us your out?
Yes. So my out this week is responding to everyone. And I feel like I've talked about this before. It's honestly maybe a repeat out. I'm not entirely sure, but I am so overwhelmed with like the amount of expectation that is expected of you basically for responding to text messages, DMs, even returning phone calls. I'm like, if I am not with you, like, we don't need to be talking. And that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But I basically, at this point in my life, check my texts a few times a day. And beyond that, I don't worry about it because, like, I cannot spend all day, every day responding to people's text messages.
I know.
It's such poor, like, time management. Honestly, like, if I have something I need to get done, the amount of time I get distracted on social media, like, DMing people, Snapchatting people, responding to people's text messages, like, it's too much. It makes it so hard for me to be productive. So I've started just like a few times a day, I'll sit down, respond to all my texts in like one session, one time, like one section of time blocked out. And then I'll just put my phone away and be done with it and do whatever I need to do for the day.
I just can see your calendar in my head, and it's going to be like, sit down and respond to my text messages.
I literally write that in my planner. I'm like, respond to it. I'll do emails too. Emails also stress me out. Like, I will pick an hour of the day where I respond to emails. And I'm like, that's it. Like, beyond that, I mean, and don't get me wrong, like, definitely, especially weekdays, like, there's multiple hours where I'll respond to emails. Usually, like, I'll do it in the morning and in the afternoon and probably, like, before I go to bed. But I'm not just gonna, like, stop my task to respond to like one email. You know what I mean? I just feel like it can wait, which is an enormous privilege to also feel that way. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of people that feel like, I was telling Max about this basically, and he was like, I could never like not respond to my boss texting me for like 2 hours or something. And I said, okay, that's valid.
See, that's why I feel like I always have to have my phone on me, because she's always texting me like random things. And then I feel like I always have to be checking my email and like respond quick. So I feel like I wish I didn't have to be on my phone 24/7.
I'm still somehow on my phone every like 24/7, but I just can't. Like,
it's for work.
The responding is like, it's out of control, the expectation. So that's my out this week. What's your out?
Well, my out this week is natural deodorant, and I tried the Salt and Stone deodorant, and it smells so fabulous, but I do not smell fabulous whenever I use that. I almost knocked myself out when I woke up one day.
Because you smelled so bad?
Yeah, and I'm not like a sweater. Like, I'm not very sweaty. I would like to say I'm pretty, I don't know, not nasty. Well, this deodorant did not do the trick. I guess I got really hot in my sleep or something that night, but whew. So my out is natural deodorant. No shade to Salt and Stone, because I've heard wonderful things about it, but it did not work for me. So it's my out.
I honestly don't think natural deodorants work, period. And this is no shade to anyone who likes their natural deodorant. I just think if you go from using a true antiperspirant with aluminum and all that cancer-causing stuff, your armpits they have to sweat it out. Like, you can't just make an adjustment to a natural deodorant and expect to have the same result from using all the pore clogging ingredients. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like that's what their reputation is, like that they just don't work. But I've heard that you have to give it like 2 weeks.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
and it's like,
I think that's the case with all natural deodorants. And I think honestly, at that point, you could probably not wear deodorant at all and maybe smell fine unless you're like working out or whatever.
yeah.
But like, I think your body gets dependent on it, how it does anything else.
Not gonna say that this is the reason why I haven't gone to Core Power this week, but I don't know how it's gonna react whenever I go to Core Power.
We need to get you some Dove.
Yeah, I'm going tomorrow, so I'll let y'all know
Dove
how my armpits do.
Dove deodorant is the best, in my opinion.
I think so too.
My in this week is rolling clothing racks. Like, you know, the little rolling rods that you can buy on Amazon or whatever, and they're not attached to your closet. You can like roll them around your room or whatever. These are so handy, and I don't know why for like so many years I didn't have them. The first time I got them is when I moved home for the summer, but then I got a second one when we moved into this house, and it's so convenient if you're ever like packing for trips, packing for vacation, if you're honestly just wanting to like plan your outfits for the week, to be able to pull stuff out of your closet and put it on like a separate rack of clothing. It's just so nice. It makes you feel less mentally cluttered and so much more organized when it comes to your clothes. And I just love them. I think everyone needs them.
You had your little rack up there all organized.
Yeah. Well, that was because I was filming a video, but I use it all the time for content too. Like if I know I'm like shooting certain looks or like even just planning my outfits for the week, I'm like, oh, I know I want to link this shirt. Oh, I want to link these shorts, whatever. I pull them out of my closet. So I'm like, I remember to do that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because otherwise I feel like stuff just gets lost in there. Like it's a black hole without it, honestly.
Maybe I'll get one.
Things can be gone for weeks. Anyways, I'll link my favorite one from Amazon down below because it's really cute. It's gold. It's not like...
It's cute.
You know, some of them are really ugly. So this one isn't offensive. If you want to have it like out in your room rolling around, you know what I mean? It's going to go with your decor probably. So yeah.
Cute. Well, should we get into the episode?
We should. Everyone, welcome Maddy to the podcast. We are so excited to have you here today.
I'm so excited to be back. This is so exciting.
I know. I'm so excited.
Wow, we all just said excited.
We're so excited.
Yeah, we're really excited.
We're just pumped. No, but seriously, thank you so much for coming back on. Your episode was one of the most listened to episodes that we had of our first season of the podcast.
God. That is so flattering.
Yeah, so we knew we have to have Maddy back on. And honestly, I feel like my biggest takeaway, if you guys, first of all, haven't heard the first episode that we did with Maddy, it really talks about like her journey to becoming a full-time content creator, a lot of things about like wedding stuff, buying a house, I think, grad school. We really touched on all of the like major life events that she's had somewhat recently, but I think the last time we had you on was back in June.
Maybe? It was a minute.
That sounds right.
It was a minute.
Because it was hot in there.
It was hot in there.
Yeah. It was definitely during the summer. So it's been a while. I feel like, I don't know, a lot in your life has maybe changed. How's the full-time content thing going?
Honestly, a lot hasn't changed, which is funny. Like, I feel like everyone always asks, like, oh, how's everything going? I'm like, just same old, which is always a boring answer. But it's been really fun. I really like it. It was a hard transition at the beginning, time management wise, but honestly, it's the best job. I love it so much. I'm so happy. And I just feel like I have a good runway. So it's been going great.
Good. I'm glad you've been able to find some stability. And honestly, like your fashion stuff is incredible. All of your outfits are so cute. Like I would do anything to switch closets with Maddy. And that's why I was like,
oh my gosh,
today we have to talk about just
everything fashion,
clothing, fashion, personal style. I feel like I derive so much value from you, like whenever you talk about those things. So I'm excited to talk about all of the craziness that's going on right now. I feel like fashion is in a really weird place.
I have a lot to say. I told you guys before this, I have a lot to say. I have a lot of opinions on a lot of things. So I'm really excited that this is going to be a topic because I do feel like, I agree, it's gotten out of control.
The first thing for me that comes to mind is just TikTok, social media, especially TikTok, all of the micro trends. I get asked all the time, and I know if I'm getting asked this must be asked to you on like steroids. Like, what are your favorite trends for spring 2024? What are the items you're buying? What brands are you shopping from? All of this stuff. Like, what are you liking that you're seeing right now? And I'm like, why do I like nothing that I'm seeing?
I went to the mall the other day. I didn't like anything there. Like, I was so confused the whole time.
I just feel confused.
Completely agree. I feel like it's been like everyone's saying you need to do quiet luxury, it needs to be staples, but then it needs to be mob wife, but then you need color, but then you need neutrals. It's, you like honestly can't keep up. And I feel like everyone's trying to fit in to some little trend cycle or something. And like by the time you try to fit into the trend cycle's gone. So it's just really hard to keep up.
Do you listen to any of that stuff personally, like when you're shopping for clothes?
So I think I have in the past. I think honestly, when I started posting content, I think once you start getting feedback from people or they like your outfits or you're watching a lot of content yourself, like you feel like this is what you should be wearing or this is what people want to see. And I honestly think that when I did that, that's when, number one, my content didn't do as well. And number two, I just didn't love posting as much. I didn't like what I was wearing. I feel like when you really try to fit into something that maybe isn't you or like are so focused on like, oh my God, would my favorite influencer wear this? Like, I want to buy it. Or just because they wore it, I want to buy it. I feel like when you do that, you kind of lose your own sense of personal style. So I'm trying to get away from that. Like spring is going to be my time of just like letting go of the trends and just focusing on what I like and buying it and just rolling with it, honestly.
I feel like that's usually what works best. Like
it does.
So it's your era of personal style and not listening to anyone else.
Yes, I'm committing to it.
Okay, so what are your best tips for drowning out the noise and staying true to yourself when it comes to shopping?
Okay, so I know you read this book too, Amanda. It's called Wear It Well. I read it over, I think it was like Christmas, and it's by Allison Bornstein. She's a personal stylist, and her method is really interesting. And if you haven't read the book, I would totally tell you to go read the book. Even if you don't think you need to read the book. It's super, super helpful. But basically, she tells you to describe your style in 3 words. So I'm leaning into those 3 words. And if something fits into that style, then I'm going to go with it. It doesn't have to fit into all 3. But that's kind of going to be what I like, lean into that a little bit versus, so-and-so's wearing this, so I want to wear that or whatever.
This book is a really good book, and we'll link it down below. Kind of if you're the type of person that feels like they have a lot of clothes but nothing to wear, or you're constantly having to shop, you have a lot of holes in your wardrobe.
This is literally me.
You feel like you have no personal style. I think you're a great candidate for it. It walks you through the entire process of like cleaning out your closet, what to get rid of, what to keep. It really is a lot of self-reflection. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like clothing can be even a little bit emotional. Whenever I did it, I was like, wow, I have all these clothes. I wear 5 things. You know what I mean? How do I get more use out of the items I'm not wearing, but I truly love? And it also kind of teaches you how to style pieces that maybe you bought because you fell in love with the piece, but you have nothing else that goes with it in your closet and you don't know how to wear it. And yeah, the 3-word method is really interesting. I think it's really helpful. And it makes it a lot easier, I think, to stay true to yourself and not be so easily influenced by social media. Because at this point in time, I feel like at least we are so bombarded with excess information 24/7. It's how could you ever even be original? You know what I mean? It's so hard. You're constantly being influenced by influencers and celebrities and brands and
100%. And I think it's a double-edged sword for someone like us. It is how I make my money linking things. So I want people to shop it. I want to make things easy, shopping easy for people. But at the same time, when I'm looking at who I follow, if I see something a whole look that looks amazing on them, not just buying everything and re-wearing it. Okay, maybe I already have something that could accomplish the same goal. Maybe I have something that's similar style. You don't have to re-buy everything you see your favorite influencer buying because that's not realistic and that's not personal style.
I also think it's more so about providing inspiration than it is maybe even links. Of course, the linking is very helpful if you want to buy a specific piece, but one of my favorite people is Morgan Stewart. I love copying her outfits all the time. But obviously, I don't own, a Celine skirt, a Rose sweater, and Saint Laurent blazer she's wearing all the time.
I have to say, though, she is so real for linking everything still. Even though no one can afford a $3,000 Saint Laurent blazer, the fact that she links it every time, I'm I love you. I love her. To me, it's amazing.
It's so authentic and so, unapologetically herself. Her having an LTK, I follow it and I look at it just to see. I'm maybe if I, we don't grocery shop this month,
I'll get that blazer.
I'll get that $3,000 Saint Laurent blazer. But honestly, no, I recreate her looks all the time with like what's in my own closet. And I think that just goes to show like it's still really important to like share your style and derive inspiration from other people, but not at the expense of like your credit score.
Yeah. So 100%.
I love that.
High-low fashion is great. Buy some nice pieces. Not everything needs to be Saint Laurent.
Yeah. I mean, if you're Morgan, it can be.
If you can, please send us pictures because I want to know what your closet looks like.
I love that.
So who are your other style icons besides Morgan?
Obviously. I mean, she's like my number one. Ariel Charnas, if anyone follows me here,
her.
like I'm obsessed with her. Like that is probably the closet I would love to have.
She's so cute.
It's just so classic and timeless, but still she leans into trends. It's so fun.
It feels like very wearable still, even though 100%. She kind of also is like with the Valentino shorts and like I always see her wearing Valentino shorts. I feel like, but I'm like I feel like it's practical to some extent.
Yes, and then my other one is Rachel Parcell. Love her, and I feel like they're all so different but so similar. They all have such great personal styles. Like
so
you wouldn't put like a name on any of the styles. Like I wouldn't really have a name for all of them, but all three of them don't give a crap about what anyone says about their style or like if they're fitting into trends. And I feel like that's why a lot of us gravitate towards them, you know?
Yeah.
I so agree. Like, it's like that one TikTok sound. It's like, what does it say? Cool girls don't wear what everyone else is wearing because they're cool. And that's so true. The people you want to follow on social media or the people you're inspired by are actually doing their own thing. Like 99.9% of the time, if somebody's actually super popular and influential, it's because they're not just copying everyone else.
100%.
Like that it factor in their closets and in their outfits comes from the originality, I think.
I feel like you always see the coolest people wearing the coolest stuff in like airports or like New York City. And it's, I don't know, I know. Like walking down the street in New York, you get so much inspiration.
And I feel like it's how they carry themselves too. Like I feel like a lot of times it's not even the outfit you're wearing. And again, I told them earlier that I'm working on my posture. But like keeping your shoulders back, like walking confidently, walking into a room, you know, with your head held high, like all of that honestly elevates your look too. I think that's totally, people don't think about that enough. But walking confidently, like the cool girls with the cool outfits, like you'll notice, like they're walking like they are cool girls, you know?
They just know it.
They know it.
It's not what you wear, it's how you wear it.
Exactly.
I would say anything can be cute if it's styled correctly. Like, I genuinely think that. Like, even if it's the ugliest thing on its own, there is a way to make it cute.
There is.
There literally is. Like, okay, perfect example. The fisherman sandals.
I love them.
Yeah, okay, but
the mesh sandals, is that what you're talking about?
I think those are like so ugly on their own, but I just know there is some girl out there that would wear them in a certain way where I would feel intrigued by her look and inspired by her look. And I agree with the mesh sandals on their own, like the Alaya ones that everyone loves. Yeah, that they have so many knockoffs now, but I think they're so cool. Courtney Grow, if you follow her, was like one of the. Oh,
you would love her
to follow her.
Yeah, you would love her.
Wait, we'll add her to my list after this.
You would love her. She's like one of the first people that I saw wear those like white mesh sandals. And I was like, what is going on with the rhinestones? Those ones too. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to think about it. I'm not going to form an opinion yet. And of course now I like love them. And I think that's obviously the best example of like things being styled really well. Like anything can look cute. But yeah, there's so many things like that. The barrel leg jeans.
I love them.
I like them a lot.
Love.
What about the little micro shorts?
I don't think I could pull them off. I think if I did like a blazer, I think in New York City. But here in Dallas, like you cannot wear the micro shorts into a restaurant.
No, you
will get looks.
Up, down.
You could maybe be asked to leave.
Yeah, you could be kicked out.
If like that is real.
There are outfits that I save for New York and LA or a cool place, Miami, that you could never wear here.
Never.
Like what was it? The last year it was pretty popular. The see-through dresses with like underwear peeking out. Loved that look. I wore that to Coachella. I would never dare to wear that to a restaurant.
I just have to say about the barrel leg jeans, I have not tried them on, but I could maybe like them if I tried them on. But honestly, I'm exhausted right now with pants.
I should have brought them over so you could try them on because they are really cute. And I get people don't like them, but I feel like it goes with a specific style, like a specific personal style, but I love them.
I think they're so fun.
I almost wore them today. I love them. I wear them all the time.
What kind do you have?
The Citizens of Humanity ones, like, and they're extremely barreled, like extremely, and I love them. I get compliments on them every time I wear them. I mean, people could be saying that, but in their head, they're like, what the heck is she wearing? But
Chelsea Park just made a barrel leg jean.
I want those ones. So they look super relaxed.
Yes. Hers look very, I was about to say very natural. Hers are like very natural barrel leg jeans, but they're really cute.
I don't know. I think they look good. Look, here's my thing. Bottom line, if you like it, you should wear it. And number two, I think they look good on other people. I don't know if they would get wear in my closet because I can't imagine. I need to try them on. Once again, let me say that. Never tried them on. I just like don't find myself reaching for my baggier pairs of denim in general. So I think that's why I haven't kind of taken the plunge on that. And one thing it reminds me of low key is the denim maxi skirts and midi skirts. I tried so hard because everybody else was wearing those. Bought one, wore it once, and like the whole time I was wearing it, I was like, this just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right.
I never got onto the denim maxi or midi either.
I couldn't do it.
I think it's because it's very 70s, and that's not my personal style. You know, like it's.
Agree.
I feel like if you try to make something work, even though it's in, like if you don't like automatically gravitate towards it, you're not going to love it. Yeah. You know.
I think that's just such a good testament to like why you don't need to lean into every trend.
Yes.
Like you don't have to, like, if you don't love the color red, like everyone and their mom is wearing the color red right now, like, or cheetah print, like you don't have to do either of those trends, which are so big.
And you can come around to it. Like there's certain things that have taken me a long time. I'm trying to think of an example, but there's certain things that have taken me a long time. Oh, lug boots are a good example. Like, you know, those big chunky boots that are like round toed. I was like, I want to like them so bad. And it took me, I think 6 or 7 months until finally I was like, okay, now I feel like these would fit into my style. These are like, make sense. But before that, I got them. I'm like, I don't even know how to style these. And you shouldn't have to make something work. It should be very seamless when you add it to your closet.
I totally agree. I mean, I think it's a balance because you do want to, like, at least for myself, I like to push myself a little bit with fashion. Like, I want to try new things. I want to have a style that evolves, like all of that stuff. But there's so much to be said for that because if you don't absolutely love it when you buy it and you just buy it because other people are wearing it, you're never going to wear it.
No.
You're never going to reach for it.
Never.
I'm making Amanda do a little closet edit with me, and I'm going to steal her for the day. We're going through everything because I feel like there's so many holes
I want to
in
come.
my closet. Okay, you can come.
Maddie would probably
I love cleaning out
great.
closets.
Okay.
I do too.
My sister can attest to this. I used to clean out her closet when I was like 5 years old and she was 2. Like I was born to organize. I'm Lean Six Sigma certified, so I'm good at like efficiency and waste reduction. Fun fact about me.
Of course she is.
And I'm not kidding. Like I organize people's like kitchens and stuff like that to be very efficient. So I would love to be there.
I love you.
I'm
Okay,
inviting myself.
You're invited.
Wait, we have to do that. We can make content out of it. We can like make a video or something. It would be so cute.
Yes.
Project, please.
We could
love
do like
that.
the Sex in the City, like yes and no.
Yes.
I'll have champagne ready for y'all.
Wait, I love this idea.
We'll do it. Send me your
my
calendars and I'll
gosh.
just like throw something on there.
Okay, I want to pivot a little bit going off of the closet refresh thing because it has me thinking like when you're shopping, I know you're someone, you said highs and lows, you have to mix them, but you also have a lot of really great investment pieces. How do you decide like when you want to splurge on something or when you want to save?
Because I feel like a lot of people say like invest in investment pieces or staples and then, you know, don't do the fun pieces. But I kind of have the opposite. I like to I'll invest in jeans. Like that to me is an always like, I love to invest in jeans. But when it comes to like fun dresses and like really cool statement sweaters, stuff like that, I find I get the most use out of things and I like to rewear them when I invest in them. It's kind of a personal decision.
That's so refreshing to hear because I think especially coming from like an influencer, still hate that word, but whatever. Influencers always tell you all the time, like, you need this, you need that. This is so timeless. It's worth spending your money on. Like, no one in college needs a Prada blazer, no matter how amazing the blazer is or the Saint Laurent blazer, like how we were talking about earlier.
Yes.
Like, it's so individual, I feel like.
100%. And like just because you see someone else doing it doesn't mean you have to. I feel like there's a big sense of like keeping up with the Joneses these days. And like, oh, everyone has, you know, this bag or I don't know. I just feel like it's gotten me in the past. And now I'm just choosing to invest in things I love or I get excited about. And like, that's where you want to spend your money. If you buy something that you're not excited about, you're going to feel guilty. You're going to feel stressed. Like, it's just not worth it, you know?
Yeah. I also think like there are certain pieces, it's a lot harder to get away with the cheaper alternative. I'm trying to think of a way to phrase that better, but like there's certain times where it's like you really don't need a super expensive white button down is what pops into my head. Like I think there's a lot of great options for that, like at Zara, at Mango, wherever that place is. You don't need that from the Row or like whatever, you know? But there's like other things where I'm like, oh, I think like if you're going to put your money somewhere, it should be there type of deal. So I have a little list that I want to ask you, like items like for you, would you shop like fast fashion for them or would you maybe spend a little bit more money personally? Sunglasses.
Okay. This one I feel like it's definitely a splurge for me. And I feel like a lot of people don't lean this way and I totally get it. And I honestly think I've never really been that person until recently. I feel like putting on my Celine pair of sunglasses, like I could be in athleisure and it just elevates my look. You don't have to spend $500 in a pair of sunglasses. Even buying a nice pair of Ray-Bans is an investment. But I do think it kind of just elevates a look. And I really like that. I would say don't invest in trendy ones, like those Loewe ones, the plastic ones,
the flower ones,
the leaf
or whatever,
on the ends or whatever. Leaf, like I would say, like don't do trendy ones. Get ones that you know you're gonna have forever. But I'm a splurge on sunglasses, and that's a recent thing. But I've really loved it.
I am too. I feel like it's hard when you have I don't know the way my head is shaped. I don't know. It's very hard to find some, and I've found that the higher end sunglasses are better for me.
I agree. I have a very petite facial features, and I have a hard time finding sunglasses. Like Amazon ones always drown me.
I'm like a
and
bug.
so I've gotten them before. Like if I go to the lake, I never bring my nice sunglasses. If I'm going somewhere like a darty where I know I'm going to lose them, like I would never do that. But I'm definitely an investment sunglass person.
Me too.
I prefer investing in accessories than I do clothing because you can wear them so much more, like a bag, a pair of shoes, sunglasses, like how you were talking about. Like I could be wearing Target leggings and like a Target workout top, and as soon as I put on my nice sunglasses, I feel like my leggings and my workout top could be from Aloe.
100%. And you get, I keep saying 100%. I'm sorry to everyone listening, but I'm agreeing. I think cost per wear also makes a lot more sense with accessories than clothing. I mean, unless it's like jeans or a white t-shirt that you're going to wear a lot. If you're wearing sunglasses every single day, I'm a big cost per wear justifier. If you guys don't know that already, I can justify about anything with cost per wear. Or bags. If you wear a bag every day, like you can really justify it. Versus like a really cool dress that's $1,000. Like you might wear it once and then feel weird about wearing it again or something like that. Like I'm more investing in accessories, belts, stuff like that.
Swimsuits.
I think you can find really good inexpensive swimsuits. I just feel like they're hard to find if you want your butt covered.
Yeah.
I don't love my butt cheeks hanging out. And I think like a nicer swimsuit, you can just find a little bit better cheek coverage. But that's kind of my only thing.
Yeah.
They're hard to come by.
So hard to come by. I will say, like, I buy a swimsuit once in a blue moon and then I have it for 5 years. And I wear my swimsuits like no shame.
I just said it again. But same thing. I have a swimsuit that I've had for 4 years. Love it. Always bring it out. And I wish I had more like colors of that swimsuit because it's so great. Like Hunza G is a good one.
That's my favorite.
And I've been investing in those because I'm like, okay, well, one day, you know, is whenever I'm going to be pregnant and like I can wear this as a maternity swimsuit. Like
literally
you can rewear it a long time and it fits you at whatever body shape you are. They don't make you feel bad about yourself.
Yes, exactly.
It's a good one.
It really is.
I love that. Okay, white t-shirts.
I am 50-50 on this. I've been buying more expensive t-shirts in like the $70 range and I like them. I think Aerie has really good t-shirts actually. Target I've heard has really good t-shirts. I think it's just kind of like Old Navy. Yeah. I think it's just kind of what you want. Like I have a big collection of white t-shirts. And for all different purposes. But I feel like honestly they all turn yellow at some point. Like I don't think it's necessary to invest in them.
I agree.
I think if you want to go for it, but otherwise like I think you're fine.
Good. Denim, you kind of already talked about.
100%. And I don't know why. I think it's comfier. You wear denim so much, especially if you're wearing denim to the office. It is you want to be comfortable. Like, it is so critical to be comfortable. I've heard Abercrombie jeans are great too. Zara. I just think when you find a brand of denim that you like, you find the size, it's so much easier to shop and less stressful because it's pretty consistent throughout.
What about sweaters?
No, I think you can easily save on sweaters. I think like there's a time and a place for like cashmere if you want to invest in like a nice, comfortable fabric. But I think H&M has great sweaters. Zara has great sweaters. Mango has great sweaters.
Abercrombie too.
Yeah. I think sweaters, especially if you're wanting neutral ones, if you're wanting, that's one place where I would say if you want like a fun statement sweater, like that's where you can invest. But otherwise, I think it's pointless.
I think so too.
Have you ever shopped at Few Moda?
They've sent me some stuff and I really like it.
Wait, okay. I'm like their biggest fan.
Really?
I just ordered some stuff from there. I'm a big Reformation girly. I've always loved my Reformation stuff. I don't know what it is. I just like gravitate like back to those tops. It's really their tops and their dresses.
This is like a Reformation podcast. We talk about them all the time.
It's ridiculous, like how much I endorse Reformation for never having worked for them.
I love them.
Anyways, no, I'm not bitter. Anyways, I found Few Moda recently, did not know what it was. Basically, it's this website where you pay a membership fee. I think it's $39 every quarter, if I remember correctly what I signed up for. And they use all of the same manufacturers as places like Reformation, Theory, Alexis, Alice and Olivia, trying to remember some of the other brands, but a lot of like really amazing higher end brands. And
Bottega, you said.
Yeah, they have one bag that's like apparently the same as Bottega. I don't know. I ordered it because I was like, what's going on here? This is Bottega leather is what you're telling me? Anyways, it gets here in 7 to 9 business days. But besides all that, I ordered a few of their tops. And when I'm telling you, like, it has to be the same manufacturers as this place, like, I was floored. Like, tops and sweaters that on Reformation would be $150 plus were like $59, $49.
Well, and let's be honest, Reformation is getting expensive.
I know.
It's not cheap.
Their shoes, I like love so many of their shoes, and I'm like, but y'all aren't a shoe brand. You know what I mean? Like, my mom would always tell me growing up, like, don't buy shoes from like J. Crew, don't buy shoes from non-shoe brands. Like, buy a shoe that's gonna cost the same amount of money from like Sam Edelman or something, because they really make shoes. And I've kind of found that to be true because I've bought so many shoes from like J. Crew and I haven't bought any Reformation shoes. I've admired them, but J. Crew really, especially, and they're never comfortable and they like always fall apart on me, but I just keep buying them because they're so cute. But I know I could spend that same amount of money on probably like a Steve Madden shoe and it would fit so much better and be so much more comfortable. Anyways, that's a long tangent, but yeah, Few Moda I'm obsessed with.
Okay, I love the dresses that they sent me. I need to like look at the website.
Me too. I think you influenced me to sign up for that before we started this episode today.
I will link it down below. I've been meaning desperately to like talk about it on my TikTok and Instagram, but I wanted to wait until I got those pieces in the mail before it was like, everyone run and go sign up for this.
They're so cute.
But really, like, I think it is the same manufacturers. It's the craziest thing, which I will say also had me thinking about the integrity behind all of that, because a lot of them are almost the exact same designs that Reformation or Alexis. There's this one dress on there, you guys, that like is an Alexis dress. Like, I swear to God, it's an Alexis dress. And I'm like, how is this allowed?
I wonder how they do that.
I know. That
stuff scares me.
It scares me too.
Don't look into it too deep.
I can't think about it twice because I'm like, I feel like I've just hit the jackpot and I don't want to talk myself out of it, but it does make me curious. Like, what is your philosophy around like designer dupes, like the Amazon stuff, DHgate, Shein, like all of that? Like, how do you feel about it?
So the designer dupes, I'm not gonna lie, like back in the day, I never like bought a ton of things. I've maybe bought like 2 bags or something. When you go to New York City, it's like the fun, exciting thing to do when you're like in your teens.
Oh, totally.
I am like, that to me, I don't like. And it's not necessarily because like if you do that, you do you. It's more, I love the thrill of buying something and investing in it and like working towards it. Like, to me, that's more the fun part of buying something designer, is working up towards it, saving your money for it. Like, the process of buying something, the little pit in your stomach that you get when like the money leaves your credit card that like makes you cry a little. Like, all of that is part of the experience. I can't explain it. So that's why I just think it's more fun. Like, I think buying designer dupes is like unfulfilling to me personally. I'm not like I'm totally into look for less though. Like we said,
Yeah, I feel
would
like
never
there's
be able
such
to
a-
afford a 3,000 Saint Laurent blazer. If I can find it for $200 somewhere, you best believe I'm gonna buy it. I'm never gonna say it's Saint Laurent, but if I like the look of something, like I want to wear it. You know?
I agree. And I think like that's the whole thing with like the Fumoda stuff. Like it looks very, very similar, but they're not like saying they're Alexis.
Yeah. But you would also never say
This isn't
This
Alexis
isn't
dress.
Alexis dress.
No, I wouldn't. I would say I got it from
Yeah.
Fumoda. So I think that's fine. I agree. I love a look for less. And all of, like the Steve Madden shoes, like I don't know why that's the brand that pops into my head, but I feel like he rips off a lot of like designer shoes. I don't consider that like a dupe. Like for that, I'd be fine because I would just say I have a Steve Madden shoe.
Yeah.
It's kind of what you said. It's the Canal Street, whatever, that's like claiming to be something. It's not. Yeah.
Are you a shoe person, Maddie?
I am. I love shoes. I love shoes. I love bags. I like accessories. I love clothes, obviously, but like shoes and bags are my favorite thing to invest in.
I wish I was a shoe girl. I'm not.
I always have liked shoes. I've never invested in shoes until last year. So it might change.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
I feel like it just changes an outfit, you know, or like putting on a heel. Like nothing makes me feel more confident than putting on like a cute heel, you know?
I love a heel. I love a heel. Wait, do you like the peep toe heels?
I have weird feet. I don't think they would look good in peep toe.
Me either.
Oh, I love
Amanda, those Simkai heels I wore last night, they didn't hurt my feet.
Oh, fabulous.
I wore kitten heels after shitting on them for so long.
Did they
I know
have
I
a
like
back to them?
but- What?
Did they have like a back to them?
Yeah.
the kitten heels without a back. I mean, you were putting in work to
See,
keep
I
those
don't know
on.
why. I would much rather have a taller heel than a kitten heel. I have like a lot of kitten heels, but I feel like it makes my feet so flat-footed looking, like and wide. I just prefer a taller, slimming heel.
Yeah.
It's just I think how my feet are.
I kind of do too. I love the look of like, I guess really what I meant was the backless heels. You know, the ones that are more like a mule. Even they don't have a strap. They're not like a slingback. I like the slingbacks too, but I love the ones that are just like slip-on pointed toe. But they're so impractical.
I bought a pair of Sam Edelman ones that are so cute. And I cannot wear them.
Yeah.
Because I can't even walk from my closet to my mirror. I mean, like, I think I need to super glue my feet in because I don't know how to wear them. I really don't. And they're
it's
so
crazy.
cute.
I bought the Tony Bianco ones that didn't have the back, and Amanda literally saw the box on my counter. She goes, "You bought the wrong pair." She's like, "You can't walk in those."
No,
It's
I
hard.
told you, and I say that because I walk in the Tony Bianco ones all the time because I would sell my left toe just to wear something cute. Like, I don't care how much pain it puts me through. But that's a really messed up opinion to have, in my opinion. Like, I shouldn't be thinking that way, but I just love things so much. I will put myself in pain to enjoy them. I don't even know if it's enjoyment to wear them. But I knew you would hate them. I was like, return these right now. Like, you'll never wear them.
I wish I returned mine, but I love them. I
Yeah,
wish I had a
they're
back.
so
I
cute.
wish I had a back.
I know.
Or like I said, some like Velcro in there that keeps my feet in. I don't know. I wish.
I don't know.
They're hard.
Wait, I have to know, what do you think about the PJ pants? This is such a pivot. Or like the boxer trend.
I loved it last year. I just saw someone, I forgot her name, on TikTok today actually, and she was wearing boxer pants.
They're
Like
so
black
cute.
and white
that's what I
striped
meant. Yeah.
with a sweater, like just a cute cream sweater, and it looked so cute. She said she was going to work. I thought it was really adorable. I liked it last year. I'm not like a big denim short person. I like to be comfy. Like during the day I wear sweats. You would never know, but I'm always in sweats. And I like the boxer shorts last year. But I feel like you have to dress it up. Like you can't
do.
look like you're rolling out of bed. Like you have to style it. It takes a lot more effort than you would think to wear them.
I think Mary Ralph Lawson always pulls that off so
What
well.
doesn't she pull off?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, let's get real.
She looks great in everything.
No, I think it's a really effortless look that requires a lot of effort.
It really does. I mean, and like a lot more effort than I think people would actually realize.
Okay, I have another question, and this goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Sorry if you're listening to this and you like think it's so scattered brain, but it's really how my brain is. We talked about investment pieces earlier, and like kind of with trends and accessories too. Is there anything you've bought recently where you're like, that was such a regret? like the heels with the out the back or anything?
That was my biggest regret.
Like recently?
Not really, because even I don't think too hard about purchases. I try, like, big purchases I obviously think about. Like, I really try to be very intentional about it, but I don't try to, like, overthink it. Like, if you buy something and you aren't, like, as in love with it, just wear it a couple times and I promise you it'll grow on you. Or style it differently. There are things that I buy that I didn't style before deciding to keep that are hard to style that, like, drive me crazy. Like, I bought, like, a cute denim top. It was Kate. It was on super sale. Like, I'm talking $200 for Kate.
Oh, that's awesome.
Insane. And I bought it and it's boxy. I cannot find anything to wear it with because it's denim. So you can't wear it with any denim. I don't know. I just feel like I can't style that. Like, that would probably be my only thing is I regret not trying to style it before deciding to keep it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's a good tip. Like, style it before you decide if you're going to keep or return.
It takes a lot of effort, but it saves me a lot of money versus, like, if you buy something like, oh, I feel like that would look so cool that way. When you buy it, then you forget. By the time you're going to put it on, and you're like, why did I even buy this? How did I decide to style this in my head, you know? Or at least, like, screenshotting it on the model so you can at least see, like, oh, what made me buy this? Like, I think that would be a good idea too.
That is good.
Yeah.
So let's go into, like, what your little uniform would be for certain events. So the first one, I feel like day drinking is always, like...
Rives and I, this is kind of our Roman Empire, because now that we're 25, it's like you still have these social events that are all day drinking, I feel like, on a Saturday, but I don't want to look like I'm going to a college darty. How do you look mature and really cute and put together without looking juvenile, but also without looking like you're old or, like, going to work or...
Day
like,
drinking, you
what do
started with the
wear?
hardest one, I think.
Yeah,
like, that is honestly the hardest one. Or, like, a family barbecue would be another good example.
Yes, like outdoor,
Where, like, you still want to look
crawfish
cute,
boil.
but it's hot and you have to dress for the weather, but you also want to look styled. And again, that goes back to, I think denim shorts are hard to style, like, in general. I would probably do, like, something like what you're wearing, Amanda, like those shorts.
These shorts are my favorite.
And, like,
I
a
wear these
belt
every day.
and, like, a cute t-shirt or something, and then sneakers.
But what is the shoe?
Sneakers.
I struggle with the shoe. I'm not a sneaker girly, but I wear them to things like this. But if I could have it my way, I, like, would never need to wear a sneaker besides working out. I don't know what it is. I, like, just don't feel amazing. And, like, I'm not an Adidas Samba. Like,
I don't see you being an Adidas.
no, I'm like,
No, not
but
at
that's
all.
like the go-to sneaker of the moment. You know what I mean?
The one that I like that I think you should look into, and they're splurge, but I've gotten so much use out of them, is the Isabel Marant Beth sneaker.
They're so
yeah,
cute.
I
Because
wanted those
they're
for a
so
while.
girly, but they still, and, like, I'm not gonna lie, I've been told by the men in my life they look like bowling shoes.
Yeah.
It's for the girls, but
Well, we're not
they have
dressing
little
for men
scalloped
anyway.
edges. Like,
Yeah,
they have a
yeah,
feminine
they're
flair
cute.
to them.
Yeah.
The Alexander McQueen ones also I like because they have a little heel.
I have those, and I got them in purple and blue. Oh, couldn't tell you why. Literally, it was for a Justin Bieber concert. Actually, it went great with this specific outfit I was wearing. But I wore them maybe 3 times. That's pushing it. Twice. I need to sell them.
Like a plain white pair
Yeah.
are really nice because it gives you that heel effect, if that makes sense. If you have a
Yes.
little platform.
Yes.
I also think, like, just a cute sandal. Like a
I agree.
But I would say, like, day drinking, you can't try too hard. You kind of have to look. It's one of those things where you have to look effortless. But I think a belt would really add to a look. Or, like, a cool pair of sunglasses again. Like, but it is hard.
accessories.
That is my hardest event to ever dress for.
Okay, what are we wearing for a date?
I wear kind of the same thing typically. Like, it depends on where we're going. If we're going somewhere fun, I usually like to do like Ronnie the other day. He's like, I feel like you're always in a cute set, like a cute matching set. I'm like, oh my God, you notice. So usually a cute set or a dress. Like, date nights are always fun to lean into, like the pieces in your closet that don't get a lot of wear. Because like your boyfriend or husband or whoever you're going, I mean, if it's like a first date, I would say don't do that. But if it's someone who you're dating or like with, like, have some fun. Same with girls' nights. That's kind of what I would do. But I usually do, like, always a heel. I love a heel for a date night, even if it's like a Tuesday or Wednesday. Wide leg pair of jeans or like a slim pair of jeans, and then like a belt and a cute top.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a go-to uniform for me.
Love.
Because then you kind of fit in anywhere. But, like, again, like going to a super nice restaurant, be like a matching set, a cute dress, but I wouldn't wear like a cocktail dress or anything. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
I love that.
Cute. And then what about for like a travel day?
This has been increasingly more difficult for me. I don't know how you guys feel about that. I feel like I just want to be comfortable, but I also want to look cute. I've worn jeans and it's always a regret. I would just say like a matching sweat set, and then like if it's cold, like a cool jacket over it. But I feel like just be comfortable. I also I had like a cute midi dress. Like I have a black cute midi dress that's kind of like athletic material, or like what you would wear like activewear. And I wear that with sneakers. It's nice.
Oh.
And like a cute jacket or like a sweater over your shoulders, but I like to be comfy and warm.
I feel like for whatever reason, whenever I'm traveling, I can never go to the hotel and change before I have to be somewhere. I don't know why I'm always in that position, but most of the times I literally find myself wearing, unless I'm going to Europe or something where I'm like sleeping on the plane. But like most of the times I find myself wearing what I'm going to have to like wear that day. Like we're landing and then we're doing things immediately. I feel like it's always the case. So I need to just be like cute and ready to go. But I hate that feeling. Like there's nothing worse than having like a pound of makeup on the plane.
Oh, your skin feels so gross.
Yuck. I think like, yeah.
I feel like a midi dress is a really good.
Yeah, you feel put together. I also think like everyone puts so much pressure on travel outfits. Like at the end of the day, look around and really see what everyone's wearing traveling. Like everyone looks like slob kebabs traveling. There was a day where everyone looked really nice and put together. The day is no longer here. Everyone just shows up in glorified pajamas, and like we all have an understood thing of like we're all gonna look like crap, and that's it. You know, like
exactly.
The goal is to be comfy. The plane seats are too small to be
too close to
dressed into the nines on a plane.
I agree.
I think find a cute set that you feel good in, and roll with it.
Call it a day.
Yeah.
Because you were an office girly for so long, what is your advice to people who cannot wear jeans to the office on like what they should be wearing? Where should they shop for work clothes? It's always like a requested thing I get.
This is a great question. And I used to get this a lot more when I was at the office or in business school. You, first and foremost, when you get a job, even if you've already had a job in the past and they say, oh, it's business professional, you need a suit, borrow from your friends, borrow from your mom, borrow from your sister. Look around for 2 weeks. See what everyone's wearing. Because they might say you're not allowed to wear jeans. And then you show up and everyone's in jeans. And you're like, what the heck? I just spent $3,000 on work clothes that are going to last me the rest of my life. And now I'm never going to use them again. So I would say first and foremost, like take a couple weeks to just take some notes and figure it out before you dive headfirst into going shopping for all of that. So that's my first tip of advice. And something I wish I did right out of college. The second, just find things like, and this is kind of what I did, and my office turned casual by the time I left. It was a little bit nicer towards the beginning. Find a good pair of work pants you like that you can also wear out at night. If you shop for work specific clothes, you're going to hate them. You are in the office more than you're home. You need to find clothes that you love. You cannot find things that make you feel frumpy or whatever, because I'm a firm believer in look good, feel good, and like perform well. Go to a meeting if you have a cute outfit. And that's kind of where I got started with LTK, and like posting in general was like sharing my work outfits. And I was overdressed at the office a lot. And like, that's totally normal, but you have to wear what you feel good in. So my advice is always like, if you wouldn't wear it to dinner, don't buy it, because you want to be able to wear things day to night, if that makes sense. There's a few things like a work suit. Obviously, if you're a business professional, you're never going to wear that to dinner, but business casual, find a cool pair of pants that work well for both, and you're going to like it a lot more.
That's a good tip.
It's good advice. I also feel like you'll just end up, how you said, resenting the clothes if they're work specific. Like, even if they're cute or not, like, if they can't go into multiple facets of your life, then it's just like,
your work style should be an extension of your personal style. It should not be like, this is what I wear to work, this is what I wear out. Like,
totally.
And I get it's harder when you're younger and you're dressing all cute and like skimpier at the bars and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you can have pieces that work for both, and that's how it should be. It shouldn't be like you look like, I don't know what a good example is, like an Ann Taylor Loft commercial at work. But then you go out and you look completely different. Like, you're not going to feel yourself that way. You want to feel yourself.
Yeah.
Wait, this is so random, but I walked into Banana Republic the other day at the mall, and their stuff was like really cute, but I picked up a skirt. It was $800 at Banana Republic. They lost it?
Mango's been doing that too.
My gosh.
I was floored.
There was a jacket on Mango, like a leather jacket, and it was faux leather. Keep this in mind. That was like $500 something at Mango, and I'm like, if I can spend $500 on a jacket, I'm sorry, I'm not buying it from Mango.
Yeah.
No. Who are the people that are buying that stuff?
I don't know. People who have money to spend, I guess.
Like,
not
I'm
me.
just like, what? Like, why would I don't understand their, honestly, corporate strategy, like, with that one. Because, what?
I guess they've done enough research or something, or maybe they sell, the margins on that jacket are so good that if they sell like 3, they're good. Yeah. I don't know. I have
maybe.
No idea.
That's insane. Okay, if you could give your 23-year-old self fashion advice, what would you tell her?
I have a lot of advice for my 23-year-old self. And honestly, what's funny is I feel like I almost had a better sense of personal style when I was 23. Social media was not, I mean, it was 5 years ago. Social media was not like it is today, where you're constantly getting trends shoved down your throat. And like, you really only had a couple places to shop. Like, it wasn't, you bought what you liked and that was it. It wasn't like a big deal.
Yeah.
I feel like I dressed really cute when I was 23. But so anyways, the first I would say is when you're going to check out, don't buy 5 things to get free shipping. Like, that to me is the problem when everyone's like, fast fashion is the devil. Look, I get the sustainability side of it 100%. I think as consumers, we have a big role in that. And that's because we buy like 10 items from Abercrombie. You're never going to wear 10 items in one haul from Abercrombie. And I'm just FYI, the influencers you see posting Abercrombie hauls of 10 to 15 items, they're not keeping it all. They're returning it, or they got it on loan. Like, it's not realistic. Yeah. Buy 1 or 2 things. You're never going to wear 5 things or 6 things that you like at that very moment. My other piece of advice, and this, we're going to have some really big self-reflection here. It does not look good if your cocktail dress, your tight bodycon dress is barely covering your butt cheeks. Like, that's what I would tell my 23-year-old self. Like, it does not look good if you're having to like shrug your shoulder or lower your shoulders to like walk and waddle. I mean, come on. It does not look good. That is the other piece of advice I would tell myself. Like, it just makes me cringe thinking about it.
I had this one dress like that in college, and I'm like, why did I wear that? It was not looking cute.
So, like, what is your philosophy around, like, I feel like this is a hard topic these days because everyone is so, like, wear what you want to wear, show as much skin as you want to show, and I really do think it's so personal. What, like, for you personally is your, like, philosophy around, like, cleavage, dresses being short, tight, all of that stuff?
There's always a time and a place. I love a good corset top that makes the girls look good. Like, who doesn't? That makes you feel sexy sometimes. But again, it's a time and a place. Like, I would do that on date night or girls' night or not, you know, someplace where I'm...
Lunch with the grandparents.
Yeah, exactly. I also think that, like I said before earlier in the podcast, like, how you wear your clothes is really what makes you sexy. It's not the clothes you wear. And I think sophistication these days is really sexy, and covering up and just wearing your clothes confidently. Like, to me, I think that is what makes someone look really good and sexy in their outfits. Like, if you look at Morgan Stewart, I'd say arguably she's a very like sexy person and her style is very sexy. But when you look at it really closely, she's not showing skin. She's not like, she dressed pretty modestly, honestly.
Yeah.
And I think it's how she wears her clothes, how she styles her hair. Like, there are other things that you can use and leverage to get that feeling that you're wanting. I think I love to show some skin every once in a while, but if you're feeling uncomfortable, you have to waddle and like kind of, I don't know, like cover your butt cheeks when you bend down.
Like,
yeah, you're not going to feel comfortable. You're not going to feel good. And it's just not going to come off like confident and sexy. So that I just think, and that's just, I mean, I'm 28, I'm growing older. So I think that is part of just a self-realization of what makes me feel good. And I think the outfits where I feel really chic and cool and confident in aren't necessarily the ones that I'm showing a ton of skin on, you know? But I will say, you know, like I said, you love to show the girls sometimes. There's a time and a place, but I probably would not wear a super tight corset bodycon mini dress and then like heels, just because that's, to me, that would make me feel uncomfortable. I wouldn't feel confident. You know, I'd be so concerned about if something's going to fall out every second, which it's not the point, you know?
I think that's such great advice, though. Like, you can get that feeling or that vibe, or even like that could be one of your 3 style words. Sexy could be without showing a ton of skin. Like
Yeah.
when you think about it, like that's not even really what sexy is. It's like a vibe that you emit, and there's so many ways to do that without being overly, you know, naked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Overly naked.
I don't know, without being like borderline naked. Yeah.
But it's true. I think the most like the times I feel most confident or when I love my outfit, I feel like I'm wearing it really well. I'm not messing with something, worrying if something's, you know, I'm tucking it in, or oh, it has to look exactly this way for me to like it. Like those are the times where I feel like the most confident.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to wrap up soon, but I want to ask you, what are you most excited about in fashion right now for like spring and summer? Brands you're loving, trends you're loving, or just things you're loving for your style personally?
A couple things. So the first, I've been really like shopping the Real. I love places like Zara and stuff like that, but I do feel like because everyone's on social media, you're seeing those a lot. I'm having a really fun time shopping secondhand. Like I just got a Missoni dress that was probably $1,500. I got it for $125. Like little fashion steals like that are really fun. I'm leaning into color. I feel like during the winter, I was really only in neutral styles. I think that's what was really all that was available.
Yeah.
There wasn't a ton of color this winter, and I'm just kind of bored with it. I want to have fun pieces in my closet that make me excited, even if I wear them, you know, 3 or 4 times. Like I want to rewear things. That is exciting to me. In terms of trends, like I've said before, you really need to have a sense of personal style. Morgan Stewart has said this too. Your whole closet shouldn't be trends. Like that should not be the case. You should have a good foundation and work trends in that work with your personal style. Like mesh shoes. I'm so excited. I just got a pair and I'm really excited about them, but I feel like they go with my personal style. And then I love like cheetah snake print, but I feel like those aren't trends. I feel like those have always been
I feel like they're really trendy right now, but they're arguably like classic.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna go in and out of style.
Yeah.
I had this zebra coat that I felt like was super, I don't know, I was always nervous to wear it, but I've had it for so long, and it was actually my mom's, and she would wear it all the time.
Like I feel like it's a good time to break out those pieces.
Yeah.
And then I would say just the last thing is I feel like as consumers and everyone, like the term de-influencing and whatever, I feel like everyone's starting to kind of get sick of the fast trend cycle. At least that's how I feel. And everyone wants a sense of personal style. Like that's really important to them. And I feel like everyone's I'm hoping that the pendulum swings the other way. And it's not like we need a new thing every month, or we're talking about March trends or something. Like I feel like it needs to slow down. And I'm hoping consumers are kind of leaning that way a little bit.
It's just very overwhelming.
It is.
Yeah. Just like yeah. No, I think everyone's feeling a little bit lost, and I think it's gonna trigger this like almost overwhelming, like maybe I feel like we tend to go to extremes as a society. So now it's like this whole thing of like, if you are super original, that's almost the trend. Does that make sense? Like to have a personal style is trendy to an extent, which is just like a little bit of a mind fuck, and like you can't think about it
But
too
then
much.
even like, how do you describe your own style? Like I wouldn't even say my style is like a certain style. And I feel like if you don't have, like there's certain people that like only shop at Love Shack Fancy, and you could say their style is very feminine, and like it all fits really nicely. Mine does not fit very nicely. Like I can wear something from Love Shack one day and then want something from the Row or something more masculine the next day. And I have always struggled with that of like, what box do I fit in? And it's like, you don't have to. But mentally, because of social media, you think you do. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
like,
totally.
I feel like that, I'm just hoping everyone kind of gets over that, because that's just not the case. Like you can have different days and different moods and different ways you want to style and dress, you know?
Agree.
Totally.
1,000%.
Well, thank you for that. I feel like this was a very educational episode. Like I'm feeling motivated to get in that closet of mine.
I know. I feel inspired to like be more original and authentic with my wardrobe for sure.
Me too. And I'm telling you, I struggle with it too. It's not easy these days.
Well, I think it's also like personal style and like closets. Even these people we idolize, I think they would still define their style as a work in progress.
Yeah.
It's really like everybody. Even if you do have a fully designer wardrobe and whatever, they're still shopping for more stuff like the rest of us are. So obviously they feel like they have some hole to fill.
yeah, we don't need to go out and spend like $1 zillion and buy 1 million pieces. Rewear your clothes, rewear your clothes, rewear your clothes. That to me is confident. That to me is sexy. Rachel Parcell went to St. Bart's, and then I think it was Hawaii the next week and wore the same dress on the beach. 2 big events, posted Instagram stories and Instagram posts in it. Rewear your clothes. We don't need a new outfit for everything. Like, I'm hoping all of that sticks.
Also, like, if you really look good in it and feel confident in it and like you love the piece, like you should get to rewear it. Like
why
without
wouldn't you?
judgment.
Yes.
Like like ugh. I hate that. Why wouldn't you want to? Like, you love it. Yeah. Okay. Well, yay. Thank you so much, Maddy.
Thank you.
This was so fun.
With that being said, I think it's about time for us to wrap up. If you enjoyed the Spritz O'Clock talk today, please make sure to check out the description box down below. Give us a 5-star rating if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Leave a review. We read all of the reviews. And make sure to like this video if you're watching on YouTube. Leave a comment down below. Tell us what you loved about this episode. As always, you can find me and Rives on TikTok and Instagram, as well as the Spritz O'Clock account on TikTok and Instagram. We will leave all of those links down below, as well as links to Maddy's Instagram, TikTok. She also has a YouTube, so we'll try to link that for you guys as well. And thank you so much for listening to today's episode. Ta-ta for now. I hope everyone has an amazing week, and we will see you here next Tuesday for a new episode. Bye.
Bye.